Last class, we defined what a formula was, but we did not yet work with formulas. Quick reminder, if it's already in your notes, you don't necessarily need to write it down, but a formula is an equation that states a relationship among quantities. We took a look at a couple different examples of formulas last time. The area of a rectangle, or I'm sorry, area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. Area of a triangle as it relates to the base and the height of the triangle. The perimeter of a rectangle is twice the width plus twice the length. And there's lots of other relationships among quantities that exist out there. So example 1, and I'll give you a minute to write it down. You should put the problem in your notes. If you just have answers in your notes with no problems, that's not going to help you in the future. Example 1 says, what is the height of a triangle that has an area of 24 square inches and a base with a length of 8 inches? What is the height of a triangle that has an area of 24 square inches with a base of 8 inches? It also gives us the formula for area of a triangle. It states that area is 1/2 base times height. And that might just be formatting there. It looks a little better if it looks like this. That's how I'd write it in your notes. Area equals 1/2 base times height. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug in numbers for the things we know. So it tells us that the area is 24 square inches. So we're going to go to our formula and replace the area with 24. That is the area of the triangle. And it also tells us that the base of the triangle is 8 inches. So I am going to replace the base with 8. Question asks, what is the height? So we should find height. We were looking for h. So we have an equation. We should be able to solve this equation. Right now, on this side of the equal sign, it says 1/2 times 8 times h. Well, 1/2 times 8, half of 8 is 4. So I have 4 times h equals 24. I can undo that multiplication by dividing both sides by 4. And we get h equals 24 divided by 4, which is 6. In story problems, if units are given in the problem, we want to answer the question with units as well. So notice our units are inches. So our answer should be 6 inches. Example 2. Example 2 says Jonah is planting a rectangular garden. The perimeter of the garden is 120 yards, and the width is 20 yards. What is the length of the garden? Jonah is planting a rectangular garden. The perimeter is 120 yards with a width of 20 yards. We are trying to find the length of the garden. Notice it didn't give us a formula to work with here. So instead, we're going to draw a picture. That's a square. Certainly we got a rectangle somewhere, right? Maybe not. So draw a rectangle. It tells us that the width is 20 yards. So label one side as 20. We don't know what the length is. That's what we're looking for, is we are trying to find the length. We're going to label that side as X. Because it's a rectangle, we know that this side is also X, and this side over here is also 20. Perimeter. Perimeter hopefully is a word that you're familiar with. If you're not, perimeter is the distance around the shape. So to find the distance around, we want to add up all the sides. So my formula that I'm going to be creating here is going to say X plus 20 plus X plus 20. Notice that's all the sides added up, equals the perimeter, which we said in the problem was 120. Add up all the sides, and we get 120. Now we have an equation that we can solve. We've got some like terms on the left side of my equation. I've got X plus X, which we can combine. We also have 20 plus 20. X plus X is 2X. 20 plus 20 is 40. Two times X plus 40 equals 120. Subtract 40 from both sides of the equal sign. $120 minus 40 is 80. And divide both sides by 2. We get X equals 40. Make sure we answer the question, what is the length? That's what we were looking for. That was X, so 40. Make sure we include units. Units here is yards. Example 3 says the length of a rectangle is 6 inches more than its width. The perimeter is 24 inches. We are trying to find the length of the rectangle. Length of a rectangle is 6 inches more than its width. Perimeter is 24. So I am going to call this side here, I'm calling this one the length. I'm going to call this one here the width. So the length is the bigger side, and it is 6 inches more than the width. So if we call the width X, the length needs to be 6 inches more than that. 6 inches more than X would be X plus 6. As we did on the previous example, if this one is X, this one over here is X. If this one is X plus 6, so is the one on the top. Perimeter, we said on the previous example, we can find by adding up all the sides. So it's going to say X plus 6 plus X plus X plus 6 plus X. That is the expression for perimeter, which is equal to 24. Combine up any like terms. I've got 1x plus another x, that's 2, plus another one is 3, plus one more makes 4. I've got 4 x's. 6 plus 6 is 12. We combined like terms there, and we can solve. Minus 12. Divide both sides by 4. I get x equals 3. As always, it's important to make sure we're answering the question that's being asked. The question wants to know, what is the length of the rectangle? We found x. X is 3. That would be the width. The width is 3. The length is x plus 6. Well, if x is 3, 3 plus 6, the length is 9, and I believe our units are inches. Yes, they are. Last example problem here. It says the sum of 3 consecutive integers is 147. The sum of 3 consecutive integers is 147. We are asked to find the integers. Sum means we're adding things up. 3 consecutive numbers. So if I call the first number x, the next number is going to be 1 more than that. So x plus 1. And then the next number should be 1 more than that. So x plus 2. It says I need to find the sum, so I add them up. And it says it is equal to 147. Now we have an equation that we can solve. X plus x plus x, that's 3x. 1 plus 2 gives us 3. Solve for x. Subtract 3 on both sides. Divide both sides by 3. 144 divided by 3. 3 times 4 gives me something less than 14. 4 times 3 is 12. Bring down your 4. How many times does 3 go into 24? Exactly 8 times with a remainder of 0. X equals 48. Again, make sure we answer the question that's being asked. It wants us to find all the integers. So x is 48. So x plus 1 would be 49. X plus 2 would be 48 plus 2. My numbers are 48, 49, and 50.